Well, I have to say that one of the things I've fallen in love with over the years are really beautiful orchids. And I find that if I can find a really great quality, faux orchid, I'm the happiest person in the world. I have some orchids out in my foyer that I've had since before I bought this house. So that's been over 10 years. And if I hadn't dropped something on them from above, they would still look as perfect as the day that I got them. But they are something, when you get a good quality, that really lasts a long time. These are really, really beautifully done. And it's one of the things that we like to do, is to bring you different options. So this is going to be your choice of orchids in either the larger, and this is a 26-inch size, but it really kind of depends on where you bend it. So this is going to come with 2 separate stalks, and you kind of bend it where you want it to give it the angle and the curve and everything else. But I love this because the flowers are beautifully done. They're big, beautiful flowers. It has a really impressive kind of size and flower impression without being a huge orchid plant. It also has some buds down here at the bottom, so it really looks like it's still kind of in the process of blooming and it hasn't finished yet. It also is already staked, and I think that's one of the things you want if you're going to do an artificial orchid. Make sure it has the stake so it really looks real. Then you have beautiful leaves. You have kind of the moss down here and into this gorgeous jar holder with a little handle. So this is all ready to go. If you want more of kind of a larger medium size, this is going to be perfect. It's not so big and it's not so small. It's impressive, but it's doable. That's the 26-inch. But, and this is probably going to be an and if your house is anything like mine, in some cases you want a smaller orchid that you can put anywhere. I want something that's going to be smaller on the bathroom counter. I want something that's going to be smaller on a dresser or a nice side stand, or to put with other things on a smaller foyer table. The list goes on and on. This is a 14-inch, so it's your choice of the 26 or the 14. The 14 is 1 stalk, but it has 3 flowering stems. And once again, the flowers are just done beautifully. The detail is done beautifully. The buds on the end, it's staked as you want it to be staked. It goes down into the leaves. Even the little roots coming out here, which is a little too much realism in my opinion. Looking, it really looks real. You're going, are you sure that's fake? Because there's roots down there. And then you go into the moss, and it has the same little holder in a much smaller size. So we wanted to bring you 2 different options in orchids that are never going to fade. You're never going to have to wait for them to reflower. My sister, I'm very, very impressed, when I was there recently, was showing me this beautiful orchid on her kitchen island. And she said, yeah, I kept it alive until it reflowered. And I thought to myself, I've never had that much patience ever in the history of the world. Honey, when that orchid's gone, it's out. I'm done. You think I'm gonna wait on that thing? Oh no. And it's one of the reasons why I have to say I love a really beautiful artificial orchid. I love it because I think of all the flowers that we have created to look real, we have done none of them better than we have the orchid. It looks absolutely real. You will literally find yourself going, is that real? Is that right? You'll find, like, you'll catch your guests going, if anyone cleans your house, they might try to water it, just to warn you, because that's how good it is. And I love having that elegance. I love having that softness. There's just something about fresh flowers, and there is always something so elegant about orchids. So 2 different sizes, 2 amazing ideas, 2 completely different places in your home. It's your choice, and you can get as many of either as you want, but I don't think you could ever, ever have too many really beautiful orchids.